Hi gang, the first thing I want to show you tonight is how to utilize a home value widget in several different places to generate listing leads. So I know next month is all about listings, but this month is about social media. So this is a social media strategy that you can use, and I'm going to combine Cloud CMA, which is a program we get free access, not free, but we get access to through our MLS. Some people don't have it through the access, so they actually pay for it. I think it's $39 a month. I'm not sure how it varies across the country, but the whole premise is using a home value widget, a home valuation widget, which is a lead generator. And we're going to utilize that on Facebook, in our email signature, and in a few other places. So that's the first thing I want to show you, and we're going to incorporate the Remax URL shortener. So let's share my screen. And as you will see, I've entered into my MLS. We use a company called First Multiple List, and I'm going to click on Matrix. So if you have access to Matrix and you're not sure if you have Cloud CMA, you'll be able to go into that program and look for your external links. So I'm finding my Cloud CMA account. Again, some of you, see, I've got the light in there, so hopefully the screen looks okay, sorry. So many of you have access to this. I believe there's home value widgets in several different places. So reach out to me if you don't have access to this one or want some other additional ideas. So I'm going to click on Cloud CMA. And then over in the right-hand side, because I went in through my MLS, it is going to go right and connect into my account. So here's my realtor email address. And then I'm going to click on Settings. Within Settings, you'll see you have User, Contact, MLS, Custom Pages, Account, and Lead Gen. Lead Gen is what we're going to focus on, but I do want to mention that you are going to want to make sure your user profile is completely filled out and accurate, as information from here is what's going to be showing up for clients or the public, whoever actually clicks on this widget. So make sure that all your user information is up to date and accurate, and you have a current photo. I'm going to click on Lead Gen. When I click on Lead Gen, you'll notice that it gives me your Cloud CMA API key is. I'm going to skip down through there, and I'm going to look for this part right here. Here's a link to your What's My Home Worth website. So what you're going to do is you're going to capture and copy this HTML code. You should put it on your websites. You actually want to utilize this as often and frequently as you can, because it is a way for people to instantly get a report on the activity of what's going on in their neighborhood. Could I just click on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest from here and have it go ahead and auto-populate? I could, but I want to put in my own message with it. So that's why I'm showing you this little extended strategy. Plus, I'm going to show you a little way that you can use the Remax URL shortener. I'm going to copy all this code into my mouse. I hit copy. So now I have the code in my mouse. Right now I could go directly to Facebook. So let me just show you. If I took out the step of using the URL shortener, I can go right to Facebook. And you can go to your business page. You do it everywhere. Of course, if you want to boost and create ads, you're going to want to do that from your business page. But I'm just going to right click and I'm going to paste in that code and give it a second, and it's going to create my little box here. What is your home worth? At that point, I'll go ahead and erase this long link code, which doesn't look good. And here's where I would type in a message. Something like, I don't know, try to get creative. You can change the messaging around, but I wouldn't do the old canned, what's my home worth? I think that message is kind of played out and people are just bypassing it. It's been around too much. So I would get hyper-focused on a specific area. So if you were trying to work a particular zip code, maybe say, we are looking for homes between 250 and 450 in the Blue Springs area to put on the market. We have a high demand of buyers in this particular niche. If your home falls in here, why don't you click the link below to see for yourself the recent activity, and I'll be happy to follow up with you to help you interpret the data. Something like that. I mean, you can get creative if you need ideas. I love coming up with ideas, but you guys are probably way more creative than I am. So I'm just going to put your home may be in demand. Click below for the recent neighborhood activity in your community. Something short, but with a call to action. And again, you're going to do that. You can do this. I'd make it a little more personalized if it was going to be on my own personal page, to let my friends know that, hey, I'm not going to bombard you, but you just might be interested. Again, it's just you're getting people to engage. So if you're just putting out stuff on Facebook to build a brand, that's fine. But it's the engagement is where the magic happens. So at that point, I put in my message, and I'm just going to send this to myself because I've recently just done this to my friends. And at that point, you would just hit post. And then it's going to add the picture, this what is my home worth here, and it shows the home page. And again, I can use this on my personal page. I can use it on my business page, at which I can go ahead and create ads. Pay-per-click ads are the most effective if you're using a home evaluation widget. You can utilize it in AdWorks. You can put it on your business, your personal page. So lots of ways that you can just copy that HTML and post it everywhere. Another great thing that you can do is add it to your email signature. That way, every time you send out an email, change the link to say something catchy like free neighborhood activity report here. Equity calculator, whatever you want to call it. So just get creative and have fun with it. So that's the quick way to kind of grab that Cloud CMA widget and utilize it in Facebook. You can send it as a link in an email correspondence to everybody in your sphere of influence saying, hey, if you're just curious what's going on in the neighborhood, click below for instant activity. I'll be happy to follow up and interpret the data for you. So again, the email goes out automatically. They get the report and you get the lead. So just to show you the flow through, you would click on, once I do this, people have the opportunity to hit, what is my home worth? And it comes right up and it just says, enter your property address. So the person would enter their property address. And once they found it, they would hit search, and it says, we found it. And then it says, please let us know where we should email your home valuation report. And so they put in their name and their email. Phone is optional. And then square foot of your home is optional. So I'm just going to put in my name and my email address. And then I'm going to say email my report. So it says here you should receive a link to your report in a few minutes. If you have any questions or want even more accurate professional valuation, please email me. And then it's going to drop in the information that you had in your user tab. Thanks for stopping by. So again, they're kind of finished. So then if I go to my email, I put in both my email and that's also my, you'll notice that 2 leads come in because I used the same email address. But if the consumer put in their email address, they would get this one that says, hi Holly, thank you for requesting a quick CMA, here it is. Click on the link below to view the competitive blah, 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 blah. And then it says at the bottom, since every home and market is different, I will follow up with you shortly so we can look at the information in more detail. Feel free to contact me sooner. We don't care what the report says. I just talked about this in class today, and someone's like, oh, the Cloud CMA widget's terrible. It doesn't even pull anything close by. Good. We don't want it to. We want to make sure that they need us. We don't want it to be accurate. That is not the point of the lead generator. So don't get all hung up in, oh, this report is terrible. Thank God. We know how ineffective online generators are. That's why we complain about Zestimate. So that is not the purpose. The purpose is to generate a lead and start a conversation with a human. So, sorry, I got a little fired up there. So they got this in their email, and then at the same time, you got an email instantaneously that says, you have a new lead. Someone just requested a CMA, and it provides you with exactly the same report that they got and the information that they put in. If you'd like to see the report, you can see here for yourself what they were emailed. You'll see it's a very large PDF. It actually finds the property, and it's a 28-page document, and it's filled with interactive links. Talks about what a CMA is, and it shows the properties, what sold, all the pictures, gives them all this stuff that they could never decipher, thank God, and then, which is why they need us. And then at the bottom, it doesn't even tell them what to list it at. It just goes through and does all the analysis. So that's what we want, sold property analysis, averages, square footage, it's perfect. Then at the end, why you need a real estate professional. So I absolutely am addicted to the use of the Cloud CMA. To take it to one step further, because I grabbed the HTML code, I can now go into Max Center. So once I get into Max Center, I can actually click on right here, you'll see Remax URL Shortener. And when I click on that, it's going to have me log in, and I'm gonna log in as an agent. There's two things I'm going to show, but the first one is just going to be the Cloud CMA, and then I'm going to shut down this video, and then I'll go ahead and pull up the other one. So when you come in here, if you've already created some links, they'll be listed across the left-hand side here, underneath rem.ax. If you haven't, you'll just see where it says create link up at the top right, or here, because Marcia had not created any yet. So I hit create link, and then it'll say over here, paste the long URL in here. So I'm going to paste that Cloud CMA one, and I'm going to hit create link. So now I've taken it, and you'll notice it's created a link right here. The last part of the link, 2EQXLFZ. This last part you can actually customize. But once you use a particular customization, nobody else can use that again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit edit. And it already tells me which part I can edit. So if you get in here quick, you might want to go ahead and grab something like, what is my home worth? Free home value report. How much can I get for my house? Quick CMA. CMA request. I'm just throwing out things that are coming to the top of my head. Holly's free evaluation. I'm not going to use any of those because I don't sell real estate, but you guys do. And somebody needs to grab that because it's really good. And then once you have that link, you get to own it. So unless somebody is already, and I may have already told this to some people, I can't remember, somebody may have grabbed something cute. So just play around with the verbiage. So I'm just going to do something that I know nobody here would use. So Holly Vogel's CMA. And then I'm going to hit update. So here now is my new shortened URL. It's not that much shorter, but it's intuitive because it's got the Remax and then Holly Vogel CMA. Plus, it gives a little bit of branding in there. And then at that point, I can just hit copy. And then I can go back to Facebook. If I wanted to wait, I could have just done it this way to begin with. And then I hit paste and hit enter. And see now, this is my shortened URL. But the beauty of this is that now I leave that URL in there. Okay, I don't have to, I don't think. I think even if they click on this, we're going to test it. So I'm going to leave it in there, and I'm going to hit post. And now, if you'll follow through here with me, I'm going to click on, I'm actually not going to click on this, I'm going to click on this and see if it transfers here. I'm just not the techiest in the world, so some of you might be like, end the video, I know the answer. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the picture, what's my home worth? And I'm going to put in a different address. That's not going to come up. Yeah. I just want to put in, I guess it doesn't matter what I put in. I'm trying to, I'll put in my office and hit search. Now it says we found it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this again. Now I'm going to hit email my report. So report's on the way. Now what I'm going to do, because I clicked on that picture, now I'm going to go back into the URL shortener and I'm going to refresh. And now you'll notice over here, it has the URL shortener and see the number 1. So it had 1 click through because I just clicked through. So then you'll be able to go in and actually look at the analytics. And so you'll be able to see how many click-throughs you're getting and the dates, and that way you'll be able to track the flow through on the effectiveness. So if you're running an ad, you get those from Facebook, but if you're just kind of putting it out there and you want to say, how many times are people actually clicking on it? You'll be able to do the reporting in here. So it does keep some tracking for you, and it does now, if you went into your URL shortener, you would not be able to name yours Holly Vogel CMA. That's now taken. So that is how you take the Cloud CMA home value widget and make a lot of money. You need to be promoting it everywhere, put yourself on a monthly budget, and have that thing run behind the scenes for you to generate more seller listings. I'm happy to talk about this in greater detail with you one-on-one, should you need some further clarification. Hopefully you are excited as I am when it comes to using these home value widgets. There's also landing pages out there and programs like listings to leads. So there's lots of ways you can do this. I try to do it the most, keeping my wallet closed as much as possible. And this is a great way to do it. So again, get creative, and I'll continually add different ways to use this, probably in the month of October, which is all about sellers. So talk to you soon. Thanks.